Hello and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, then this is the ZRL race review. I do this every Wednesday to recap my progress in cycling, I suppose. So this is the Neon Flats. It's a pretty brutal course. I think the guys that have been doing well in the flat is fast will do really well on this course because there is no elevation whatsoever. It's flat as a pancake. So yeah, knew it was going to be quick and I knew I'd find it difficult. So straight in, there is a sprint after just 3 kilometers, so super quick into it. And yeah, I was not prepared. So I knew I had to really commit to these sprints if I was going to stick. So as you can see here, I'm starting a bit too far back. I managed to drop 1000 watts. The camera is going crazy. I need to fix that. And I think if I'd positioned myself better in the lead up to this sprint, I think I would have stood a better chance. But as you can see, I'm fighting back places from way too far back. It's a good tactic for getting fastest through segment because you get a good draft. But yeah, no points on this one, I'm afraid. And we're going to have to move on to the next one. What I did notice is that in between the sprints, the other riders were able to sort of, sit at a more comfortable rate. I'm at FTP after doing a sprint, which is really difficult, really taxing on your system. So I feel like if I can boost my FTP up a bit more in raw watts, I'll be able to sort of stick on the front group with these guys because I think a lot of them are able to put out more watts after a sprint like that. So yeah, not long till we come up to the second one. You really don't get much of a rest, just 1 and a bit kilometers after. And this is the second one. Now I did pretty well on this one because as you can see, I'm sort of moving towards the front. Well, I'm not moving towards the front actually. I start from right at the back, but I just start super early. So the sprint segment is just crossing it now, and I'm already at 62 kilometers an hour. So I kind of timed that one quite well. I went for quite a long sprint in the end, and I caught some people off guard. I've already dropped the power down to 500 watts because I've already been sprinting for about 600 meters or something. And yeah, I managed to pick up some points, fastest through segment and FAL points. I'll put it on the screen. So unfortunately, that is where the highlights for this video is pretty much going to stop because I get dropped. You'll see in the next couple clips, like I am barely hanging on. I don't contest the next sprint because I'm just dead. Like my heart rate is really low. Not really low, but relatively low, and I'm doing FTP effort straight after a big sprint like that, and it's just taken it out of me. So I'm basically just trying to hold on for dear life. You can see everyone's coming past me, and yeah, basically when we came through the end of the first lap, some guys just took off and the group got really strung out, as you can see in the top corner there, and I'm putting down huge numbers trying to catch up with these guys, and I just can't do it, and I was absolutely gutted, to be honest. It really, really hit me hard. I was not happy. So eventually a second group caught me up, and I was like, right, I'm going to win this group. And I thought I've got a bit of time. As you can see, I've done a lot of zone 2 and zone 1, so I thought I'm going to go for this sprint, see if I can get fastest through segment. It's never going to happen. In the first lap, you might have noticed I hit 69 kilometers an hour or something like that. The second lap, I was barely at 64, so it's never going to happen. And the final sprint, I always go long by accident. I saw a couple guys elbows wagging and they were off, and I went with them, and as you can see, it kind of works. If I'm going to be really critical, maybe I should have saved a few matches for the last couple hundred meters, but yeah, these guys go, they drop their aero boost, I drop mine. I'm trying to hold 7.5 watts per kilo because it's quite a long sprint this, so I don't want to blow up too soon. But yeah, I've caught up with the guys in front of me. Again, I'm probably going a bit too quick here. I should be using them as draft. But yeah, I decided to keep going past them, not sort of like let up. Still holding 7.5 watts per kilo, I'm pretty sure. And then yeah, I've got a second gap, but I know it's not going to last because these guys are dropping some serious watts behind me. So I have to do an earthquake sprint again. And yeah, we crossed the line with just one person that manages to overtake us in that sprint. So we secured, I think, 47th, which I'm pretty happy with. I'll take that. Okay, so that's a wrap on this week's ZRL race review. If you liked the video, then give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see next week's, then subscribe. and watch out for live streams this week. A couple guys in the chat were interested in having a race, so maybe Wednesday night, which is tonight if you're watching this now, and maybe Friday night for the new Tour de Zwift in Scotland. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.